Alright, I'm going to do a little update of my decks for the Harvesttide event. Still using Whatley, but my new deck post-rotation might actually be a little better than the one I was using before. The main thing we lost was Erixmathis, but the rest of it is almost the same, except now I have Void Rend, just can't have its mana drained or raised, and destroy an opposing Vanguard support. If you can't, destroy target opposing creature. If you can't, destroy an opposing support. And what I like about this card is it can actually destroy lands as well, which is awesome because not a lot of cards in this color pie even do that. And then maybe the real all-star of this deck for objectives is Threats Undetected. Pick 2 of the first 4 different creature cards from your library, put those cards on the bottom of your library, fetch the other cards, and those cards gain 6 mana. The way this card actually works is that you pick the cards you don't want, and it lets you fetch the ones you didn't pick, and they get 6 mana. So it's a really easy way to at least get your cards in your hand that you need, and gives them a little bit of mana to get them on the board. So in conjunction with, like Mox Pearl, maybe Teferi Hero of Dominaria, or actually, no, more like Tamio Field Researcher and Mox Pearl, that will help get Brutal Cathar on the board, and everything else goes according to plan. So I'll show you how this deck works. It's done really well for me so far. Not even close to a loss. And yeah, let's do it. So the main thing about this battle is hitting all those objectives, which can be annoying, but I know how to pace this battle at this point pretty well. So here we go. Threats Undetected. Card I don't want right now is probably Brutal Cathar. I like Somberwald Sage to get me good green swaps. And because of the 6 mana that these cards get, Somberwald Sage gets to go right on the board. And if I could keep it alive, which it looks like I will, getting tons of mana from it. Let's see, I'll do Tovolar, and then the Mox should get me the other Vanguard. Okay, so Vanguard's going. Pump it up with some shields. Get a Tamio Field Researcher. I'll go for that Void Rend. Pop up my Tamio Shield. Get that going. Get another Tamio on the board. So now we got 2 Vanguards. And now Tamio has enough shields to start giving me my hand full mana. Not that I was really lacking for it, but the great thing about Tovolar is that whenever I swing, I get more cards in my hand anyway. So now we need to start hitting more of our objectives. Get Whatley's down. Kami War, don't really need it, but that's okay. Threats Undetected is going to get us more of our creatures that we want. Okay, so this time I don't need another Sage, so I'll just get my other 2 creatures in my hand with mana. And I always skip the buff that Tovolar does until I'm ready to win. Yeah, I'll day shift. Why not? Get another threats undetected. That's not really going to do much for you. Cool. Tamio doing her thing. Gonna go ahead and take this 5 match. And then we'll get these werewolves in our hand. Okay, so we just need to cast those 2 werewolves and we are done. Okay, we cast those 2 creatures and then, yep, should be okay. I'll go ahead and pump up my kill shot here. I was so in control of this match that I forgot to even get my Teferi Vanguard, the heroism emblem. Just make sure. Yep. Drain that mana. Okay, maybe this one won't be kill shot, but for sure the next one. I probably should have turned off some of my cards there, just so that they wouldn't have casted. I'd have more mana, but I'm not too worried about it. Either way. So, with objectives met, we're ready to go. And just for the hell of it, let's really make it hurt. Yeah. Alright, so just be mindful of all your shifting with Celestis. There's ways to do it without Celestis, but if you have Celestis, use it. It's the only reason to use the card is in this deck. So, yeah, just have a way to get your cards on the board early as well. So that's why Somber Wild Sage is in the deck here, because it's kind of taking the place of the Erixmathis that used to be in there, but now it's not standard legal. So if you have something like that you can use to really get all your supports and everything set up and ready to help you there early on, it makes it for such an easier battle. And then threats undetected helps you get those pieces on the board as well. All right, next battle. Okay, our next battle is the bottom node, and we got Witchcraft and Protector. Win a fight with the deck that has no creatures of the same power and lose 5 or less creatures during a single fight. Most of the time I lose 1 or 2, but here's my deck I'm using. Gotta go with Kasmina. Say Kasmina and Dakon are my favorites to use for this node. And so we're going with our meta-defining combo, Meeting of the Five, Rocco, Joda the Unifier. And then Jaleva, Void Rend to get rid of any other threats that I get on, or that they get on the board. Colony Garden, Dryad Arbor for mana gain, and those Colony Garden tokens can get really big, so that's nice too. Topiary Stomper is a brand new card I got recently. Well, brand new for me, I mean. And that's there to help me get the Colony Garden, Dryad Arbor on the board. And then Unlicensed Hearse for the kill shot. And if you're not familiar with Unlicensed Hearse, it's probably just easier to show you how it works in practice. It's just such a wall of text there that is really counterintuitive anyway. So if you read that, it's probably not going to do much for you anyway. So yeah, let's just go into the battle and I'll show you how it works. All right, so we're against Rahl here, which is still a dangerous opponent post-rotation, so don't underestimate him. We got a 5 match there, that's good. Do I take away one of his matches or give myself a better one? I'll give myself a better one. Let's see what he played. Battle log. Broker's Charm. Okay. Get Void Rend. His. I'll get another Colony Garden. I'll put Hearse on it. The Elemental. Get a Meeting of the 5 down. There we go. So our combo is going to start to rock a bit here. Do I grab... Yeah, I'll grab Jaleva so we can pump up our exile. And so it will just give us more for our Hearse to deal damage with. Let's see what we got. Okay. Little goblins. Not too worried about it. We got 3 Void Rends in hand. So that's going to make things easy enough. Okay, so we give our elementals pilot. And so the really important thing here is to click not now if you don't want to just exile your opponent or whoever's graveyard. So if you don't you control pilot 2 or greater, get +X until end of turn. X is the number of cards in all exiles. So you hit not now. Then I will reinforce target creature I control. And let's see what we got here in our exile. We got 93. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. I will show you what happened in the battle log here. Got our objectives met. Just make sure to build your deck because it's counting what's in your... got some experience points. So, yeah, just make sure what you have in your deck, the numbers don't equal each other for your creatures when it comes to power. And you'll hit that objective every time. And then, of course, don't let your creatures die. If you want to use more hexproof creatures, but I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. If you have a deck that wins fast, you probably won't lose all your creatures anyway. So, Jaleva. Let's find her where she hit the board. Jaleva was triggered. And then when this creature enters the battlefield, move the top X cards from each player's library into your exile. X is the amount of mana used to cast this card. Those cards gain the darkness emblem, and you know how that goes. And then Unlicensed Hearse is you get +X for the number of cards in all exiles. So that means I had a lot of cards in my exile. And that's why it pumped up so much. So when you do that not now prompt, you're basically saying, I will take all the power from the cards in my exile. So that's how that goes. And I will show you my proof of perfect. 40. We're sitting on top of rank 1. And there you go. There's my rank. Didn't make it to the top. No. But yeah, so there you go. My decks that hit perfect. Did I have any trouble there? I don't think I did. Alright guys. I'm not sure when the next PvP Coalition event is coming. But I will try and make some more updates to my standard decks post rotation so that you guys can keep winning if you follow my builds. All right, see you next time.